Luna, can you give me a ride home? My dad has a faculty meeting.
Isn't that your father right there?
Oh my God.
You gotta love doing that to teenagers. I am joined by Dierdrich Bader, of course, plays Greg Otto on American Housewife right here on ABC. We love catching up with the stars, and I'm so excited to talk with you, Dierdrich, because when the show first premiered, I was able to talk with Katie Mixon, of course, plays your wife. And here we are 5 years later in its 5th season. How's the show going? Seems well.
Oh, incredibly well. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic is really beside the point. No, we're having a great time doing the show. We have a new cast member. Holly Robinson Pete is introduced in this episode, and I've been a big fan for many years. I did a guest star spot on 21 Jump Street many years ago, and she was really nice then. And she's even nicer now. She got nicer. So we're super excited about it. Yeah, and I get to be in a band.
It's a win-win all around. Dierdrich, since you did bring up guest stars, though, you've had some fabulous guest stars on your show, other than Holly Robinson Pete, of course. Any favorites stand out to you that you're able to look back on in the past 5 years and really remember?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, Wendy, when Wendy comes on to play Katie's mom, I think is probably our favorite. I mean, you know, let's see, who else do I love the kid who plays Trip. He's a kid. He's 21. Peyton is fantastic. We've been really lucky to have really talented guest stars. You know, it's that's one of the joys, is getting somebody to come into your house, basically, because you're when you're a regular on a show, it's kind of your domain, it's your domus, and you come in and then you get to be as warm and welcoming as you can, and it's been really fun. But Holly is going to be a regular, so I don't want to confuse her with guest stars. So she is on the show, which is awesome.
And playing, of course, one of Katie's friends, I read. I want to get into the dynamic, though, because Katie, you know, of course, plays this mom that maybe says out loud sometimes what moms think, or at least internalize on occasion. And you play such a doting husband and a supporting husband. How did you being a husband, you being a father in real life kind of help you for this role? What would your wife say about the role that you play, being, of course, on screen married to Katie Mixon?
That's totally an excellent question. When I was looking for a project, you know, I mean, pilot season comes once a year, so you have to be very careful about what pilot you choose. And the part I was really looking for was playing a dad who loved his children, didn't try to get out of being a dad, and loved his wife, and yet it was still funny somehow. And American Housewife dropped in my lap, and when I met Katie, I knew that it was going to go, because she's such a star and so incredible. And so it was an opportunity to play something really close to my heart, which is somebody that really wants to be a part of a family, and working with a star like Katie. So it's been a great ride for me. 5 years, it's unbelievable.
And I read that you actually watch the show with your kids, which sometimes that's not the case for actors.
Oh yeah, I would say the only thing they've seen me in is American Housewife. I think on a plane, my daughter watched Miss Congeniality too, and that was the only time. I'm not a type to like sit down and like let's watch what Dad does. It's something that I love, and if they're interested, I'll of course share it with them. But I'm not pushing anybody to watch it. That would be weird.
Sit down.
Do you love American Housewife? Yeah, that's right. Sit down and watch Dad. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Yeah, they love American Housewife, and so it's a great opportunity for me to show them what I do for a living, what I llove.
Which I'm curious how you really do it all, because literally you're in the middle of 2 shows. You voice Batman, by the way. You've been such an on-screen actor for films as well. How are you able to juggle it? And you already touched on the pandemic once. What did this year look like, and how were you able to make this exciting season, which of course Wednesday night is a new episode of American Housewife?
Well, there are a lot of protocols, you know. I mean, the guilds, the various guilds of all of the crew and the actors and everything, it's the first time we've had to negotiate something of this size in an incredibly long period of time. And I'll give it to ABC Studios and Disney. They did an excellent job with establishing protocols. There's so many protocols, it's crazy. I get tested 3 times a week. The crew has to wear masks, and then on top of that, shields. And we have to rehearse in our masks. So by the time we actually shoot, it's like the first time I've actually heard anybody say anything. And when I speak, because I'm in a mask rehearsing, it's like, like, what's funny? Nobody knows.
That is good.
Until we
That is
actually
good.
start shooting. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to think about that when I tune in. Of course, Wednesday nights, 8:30, catch a new episode. Dierdrich, it was so nice to chat with you today. Take care and be well.
It's a pleasure. Thanks.